Hello everybody and welcome to this... Is it Monday? I believe it's a Monday. To this Monday morning episode of Banter Blitz. Because as we all know, the early bird catches a worm, but the second mouse gets the cheese. Today, the good news for you guys is the second mouse is Peter Svidler, who does a Banter Blitz at noon. So this is just a little... What do you call this? Lead-in show? Warm-up? I'm the warm-up comedian who shall play Banter Blitz games against Chess24 premium users and then hopefully tell us something very, very useful along the way. Without further ado, let's get to it and play against Mr. Jokoski. Jokoski, where you at? Here we go, yo. Your move, sir. Or are you a dinosaur? No, that's not a dinosaur. That's what? That's green. That's a Cartman as Hulk. If you're having trouble with the stream, it should be fine now if you refresh or press F5, which I guess are sort of the same thing. Apologies for the early stuttering, which might be like me that... Maybe computers also need to do their, what do you call this? Vocal training in the morning. Warm up their vocal cords. And they do stutter a little bit if you forget to do that. We are playing a Sicilian. Jokoski played the move b3. I've in the past played knight c6 followed by d5 against this. But I always felt a little strange to give this bishop this long diagonal. I think b6 is also approved by theory. Just fianchetto this bishop, hit the pawn on e4, and after d3, frankly, do whatever you want to do. What do I want to do? I believe I want to go d5, which, once again, might not be the most topical way to play this. You could certainly make a case for d6, intending to go e5 one day, but since my bishop is on b7, might as well try to make him an active contributor. Perpetual Stalemate is saying on stream, you should refresh the stream if you don't see me. I'm not sure I said that. And if it was, I will chalk it up to early morning stupidity. That's not really an excuse, is it? It's 10 a.m. I should stop acting like I just fell out of bed. I've been awake since 6:30. I've watched NBA Finals Game 2. I've made my daughter breakfast. I've brought her to kindergarten. I sat for half an hour in the train. Then they told me, we are sorry, one of our cars is... What's the word? Hey, hang on, don't checkmate me. That wasn't the plan. Let's block this bishop before I get checkmated. One of our cars is broken. Please find some other way to the city. So, a lot of good stuff happening this morning. Fuchsrudel is telling me, stream is good now. Fuchsrudel is German for a pack of foxes, which as we all know, doesn't happen. Because foxes... they work better alone. 95. What am I supposed to do about all these cruel intentions? I'm not sure what I've done to deserve all this violence. But I'll take it. Now I want to fight back by playing b5. And hopefully take some pieces myself. But he goes g5. And my logic, which might be very flawed, will be that as long as the f-pawn does not join the attack, this is not so lethal. Like knight takes, then let's say h4, I'll go b5, maybe put my bishop on f4, try to organize some counterplay on the other side of the board, and pretend that I'm in good shape. After knight takes d7, there's also queen takes g5 check. But that might be too greedy, even for me. Would have won the pawn, but then king b1, bishop out of the way, rook g1. Not sure that's not asking for more trouble than it's worth. He goes queen to g4. I will continue my policy of fighting for these dark squares on the king side. And I will do that by going knight e5, followed by knight to g6. To then hopefully establish either the knight or the bishop, probably the knight. On the f4 square, And Mr. Dodgy is saying, I made it. I had to fake technical difficulties, Mr. Dodgy, when I saw you weren't there at 10 sharp. I had to, you know, buy you 10 minutes, so this has not been easy. Like all the pretending, oh no, there's tech problems, when the only problem was Mr. Dodgy was not there. From where are you reporting in, Mr. Dodgy? From Oslo? What part of Oslo are you at? I'm a bit of an Oslo connoisseur. Is that a word? Oslo? I think it's a word. F5, I'm not sure if that's a move. Some people would argue one should not touch pawns on the side where one is under attack. I would argue that those people are probably right. However, F5, it felt like I'll have enough control over the king side that this is still okay. Now, one day I shall organize lethal counterplay in the form of A5, A4, AB3. And, you know, that's all I got. But seriously, with my grip on the dark squares, I do believe that I'm in excellent shape here. And the bishop on b2, even though it might be a useful defender for the white queen side. The queen side is the side where his king is on. Strangely, it's not a very scary attacking piece. And I'm also having a decent grip on his other pieces over there. Very articulate. I was thinking about e5 just to lock down the proceedings over there, but I feel like I don't really need it. Now, however, this has become quite tempting, because this pawn might be a target. I'll go bishop c8, bishop e6, or one day maybe queen f7. It's an interesting position, but I do have the feeling that I'm in great shape. And even though my normal MO is to try to grab pawns, in this position I have a feeling I should be saying, you know what, you want to take all these queenside pawns? Be my guest. No, I'm just pretending that I'm cool with it. It does hurt my feelings and my pawn grabber's heart that he took two of my pawns. But I shall have my revenge by checkmating. Hopefully. Alright, how do I go about that checkmating business? Put something here maybe. Mr. Dodgy is in the airporty part of Oslo. Manglerud, Stokke, and what's the third one? I should know that. It's probably also not Stokke. Riga? Is Riga what I meant? No, I didn't mean Manglerud. I'm so confused. Gardermoen it's called, right? See, not that big of an Oslo connoisseur after all. Not that much of a checkmate connoisseur either. Can I take? Probably not. Ugh. Why am I not a more gifted attacker? It's very upsetting. See? All I can do is try to win pieces on the side where I'm being under attack. And this works, but knight f7, this is not really the end to the game that I had in mind. It's just, you know, very anticlimactic. Sorry, Jokoski. I want to checkmate you too. And Jokoski resigns. Shall we play another game? I hope you guys appreciate that even though we don't dress up for Norway chess coverage, I made an effort for Banter Bllitz. Put on my douchiest shirt, the white collar, blue, not collar thing. It's also cooled down in Hamburg, which might have something to do with it as well. after it being perfect weather. In my book, like some people were whining, it's too warm and we need a rainy day. After it being perfect weather for 6 weeks, now it's more back to Hamburg weather. Here we are. We are playing ST Low, who I do outrate. But we do not discriminate by rating in Banter Blitz, because let's not forget our show's motto. Banter Blitz is supposed to be fun. And ST Low does capture the pawn on c4. The so-called Queen's Gambit accepted. I hope he didn't think, ugh, this Patzer blundered the pawn and grabbed it. There was some cruel intentions to fight for the center behind 2c4. And after the move 3e4, which I keep going back and forth if I think this is the most critical or if knight f3, e3 is more challenging. Black has many an option. Knight to f6, pawn to c5, pawn to e5, knight to c6 are the main moves. e6 just gives me the pawn back without... Did I mention e5? I guess I mentioned e5. e6 just gives the pawn back without putting up much of a fight, which you shouldn't do ST Low, because now I have somewhat perfect pawn center with pawns on e4 and d4. That will be hard to challenge by pure piece play. I could have gone d5 already, which was asking some questions. But I shall try to illustrate the power of the pure pawn center. Not sure that meant a whole lot. Perpetual Stalemate is saying that was proof that Jan spends his Norway holidays outside the airports. Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not big on airport holidays. Who's doing that? Is that a thing? I didn't watch that Tom Hanks movie, what's called Terminal, but I think he wasn't there voluntarily, right? And knight takes d4. This was a trap ST Low. Never trust a grandmaster when he offers you a central pawn, because he might have cruel intentions. And this was it. Bishop takes b5. Discover check. When I shall win ST Low's queen. Szechuan Beef is saying, I was gonna reference Terminal, but I thought it was too inside, lol. I should have trusted Jan's nerd. It's a Tom Hanks movie. What could be more mainstream than a Tom Hanks movie? And Mr. Dodgy, are you on the free airport Wi-Fi? Does that support Banter Blitz? Because clearly our office internet does not. So I was gonna say, could it be that we have worse internet here than Norway, than Oslo Airport has? I think that's very likely. Also, Mr. Dodgy, while you're at Oslo Airport, go to Joe and the Juice, which I guess is a Swedish chain, and, you know, treat yourself to a little juice and compare the prices. It's not cheap. I did win this game. I should find some wise words. Yeah, first of all, fight for the center. D takes c4 is okay, but I would advise actually to start playing c6 or e6 to, you know, keep a stronghold there at least while you're starting out. It's useful to learn the value of the center. Then after e4 here, yeah, you would have to justify your d takes c4. After e6, white is already better. And then, yeah, knight c6. Well, this position is already not great, but it's not great to play a6, b5 here. Either get the pieces out. Develop, you know, knight f6 castles is a priority here. And then after a6, b5, yeah, this is tactics. First of all, good spot that the pawn was hanging. But then, yeah, think again if maybe there's a tarp this time that was. All right, let's play another game. Some fresh faces at this, I was gonna say this unusual time of the day for Banter Blitz, but I feel like most of our Banter Blitzes recently have been at 10 AM. Which gives us a chance to play against VC Chess. Where's VC chess from? From Poland. He plays Le Sicilian, and that gives me another chance to cheat. Where's my trusted Mayhem in the Mora book? It's never far away. So... here we are. By the way, is this setting a bad example that I keep cheating during my own streams? Because I don't like cheating. And I would guess that consulting theory books while playing can be considered cheating. Should be considered cheating. So, you know what? I'm not gonna do it. I'm gonna play the Mora myself to the best of my abilities. And afterwards, we shall consult with our wise book. See, I'm not looking. It's closed. Knight f6. I don't know theory. I still don't. I should read that book one day. Queen e2. That's the plan. Even though at some point I think there was argued, but not in this position, that you shouldn't always play Queen e2, Rook d1 on autopilot. And I'm curious, what happens if he goes Bishop g4 here? Isn't that a good move? Anyway, Rook d1. Now I'm threatening e5. This looks like standard Mora procedure. Bishop f4 seems normal to me. That can't be wrong, can it? Hinting at e5. I also want to go Rook c1, Knight d5, some stuff like that. Maybe there were more violent moves available. I do not know. I'm wondering if he goes Bishop e7. Let's say I play Rook c1 and castles. Do I have anything direct? I could go e5. Maybe e5 is more like it. Ugh. So many subtleties to consider. Let's go e5. Not sure if this works, but it looks dangerous at least. Knight takes. If he takes, bishop takes, the queen has to lose another move, and then, you know, I'll think of something to keep my initiative burning. What's a better word than burning there? Not really cooking. Like, keep it going. Alright, so far so good. Pawn down, both sides, I would say, have played sensibly. And I have to find a way to, you know, threaten something. And I believe this is a natural way to proceed. You could also make a case for Rook d3, intending castles, Rook g3. But knight e4 does seem fairly natural to me. Now you might wonder, why exchange a piece when we're material down? Which is a fair question. I would say that often when we're the attacker, it's very important to exchange the key defenders. And this knight on f6 is a key defender. So after knight e4, queen e4, castles, let's say Rook d3. There might be more violent moves, but let's say Rook d3. We would have more attackers than there are defenders on the king side. Which is normally a great start for an attack. Oof, I wish I had all the best words in English so I could express myself better, but I cannot. I keep getting questions about the upcoming Football World Championship. My problem is I know nothing. I don't even know who the good teams are. I don't know who's playing for Germany. I don't know who the favorites are. I know very little. I'll start watching mainly for social reasons, but when it comes to football, I'm really like a World Championship watching quote-unquote fan, but I have very limited interest. It's too slow for me. Do something, like introduce a 24-second shot clock. Get rid of the goalkeepers, I don't know. Like when I used to go to St. Pauli matches, he would stand in the rain for 90 minutes, 1-1. I just couldn't do it. So queen a5 played gives me a couple options. Knight d6 check looks very tempting. Bishop c3 looks like a good move as well. And knight takes f6 seems decent, but I don't want to go knight takes f6. I guess I'll settle for this. Even though I'm not sure if this is settling, it looks quite good. Because now I'm stopping short castles pretty much for good. And long castles will not be much of an option either with my bishop on d6. So this is a fairly sad situation for black already. And I'll keep asking some questions. Queen f3 looks strong. Nothing wrong in particular with just bishop b3 either. Not sure what's faster. Both are very tempting. I can't decide. You know what? I'll just go here. Queen f3 was probably more or less winning on the spot. But I'm gonna say as well, because this position looks fairly hopeless for black to me. Bishop b7, rook ac1, and I have no idea how you could defend that without, you know, defenders. The king side is dormant. Very hard to develop. The queen side, rook c8. I'm happy to exchange once again because we exchanged another defender and our greater numbers of attackers will just decide the game. Mikhailo Granik is asking, by the way, what is your NBA Finals prediction? Golden State Warriors in 4? Nah, 5. Gotta give Cleveland 1 out of respect for LeBron James. Flute Lady is saying he has less time to follow the chat in comparison to his match against the 1000 ELO player. I don't know. I normally try to keep half an eye on the chat. No matter what the rating of my opponent is. But yeah, you know, tricky balance between stick to chess, let's talk, you know, blah blah blah. Patu is saying, take pawn c3 is too risky. Play d5 or f6. Game equal. How dare you spoil our enjoyment for all of us true Mora gambiteers. d3, even worse. Like objectively, I'm pretty sure d takes c3 is fine and probably the best move. But I will admit that I have, out of laziness, played knight to f6 here. d5, I'm not so sure that's a decent version of 2d5. That I wouldn't recommend. So rook d8, bishop c7 wins material. Not sure if I can do better than that. Maybe I could target this guy for a second. We'll find out. Spills is saying, just got here. Did I miss the NBA talk? We haven't done a lot of NBA talk yet. But one question that I have. Kendrick Perkins, why are you so angry? You're a tall, strong man. You've made a lot of money playing, or, well, playing is strong, but sticking around in the NBA for whatever, 15 years, but why are you so angry? And come on. Sticking your legs out when Steph Curry is falling your way, that's not very sportsmanlike. VC chess does resign. Yeah, this position was very, very tough to handle. Ever since my bishop landed on, what's the square called? D6. So, let's do as promised and consult our Mora Gambit book. By the way, Mark Esserman, I deserve tons of royalties for plugging your book every show now. But I did enjoy it, even though normally I do not enjoy. Shall I say incorrect gambits? No, that would be blasphemy. I do not enjoy gambits. This is a fun book, well written. You can see his passion about the topic. I wish I was that passionate about anything. Hang on, where's the position? The position? Queen c7, knight b5, that's not it. d6, e6. 10 bishop f4, exclam. Is this the position we got? Page 83, 85, 79. Hey, I played e5. Yay me. Rook ft1. Did we get this position? I didn't play rook ac1. I played e5. It's covered. Exciting. d5. Question mark, exclamation mark. You had the feeling this was wrong. Knight e5, bishop e5. Queen a5. Yeah, I thought queen a5 was more natural than queen b6. a3, exclaim. Alright, he says e5, knight h5 is more critical. Which does sound believable. But hang on, can I take? I take knight f4. Yeah, that makes sense. I think I even thought about that, but I forgot by now. Anyway, exciting game against VC Chess. Let's play another one. Let's play a toughie. Who's the toughest toughie that we have around? And by that, I mean zero disrespect to all the toughies I played already. Good old Formless. That's a toughie right there. He's a... what's the word? FIDE master of chess. What do I do? I literally don't know what to do. I think it's Trompovsky time. Against Formless, you know, you can't allow him to form a position. I don't know. I know very little about the Trompovsky. I played this in the very old days. When I was like in my early 20s, maybe in my late teens. But I haven't really kept track of it with it much. Bishop f6, I'm happy with both gf and what's the word? ef with black. So normally I would play e3 here. Knight d2. Can I take here? Is this a line? Formless, he knows all this theory. It's so upsetting. How can I win if you know all this stuff? See, he's blitzing out moves. I've seen Jan Gustafsson lose a similar position. Was it this one? Very, very quickly with the white pieces. But that is about the extent of my knowledge about this stuff. So what's logical? I guess this is logical given my previous play. Do I play f4? Do I play knight to f3? Maybe f4, no? Is this insane? This might be insane. Alright, let's get some pieces out. That's why they call it long castles. You need to spend all these moves until your king is somewhere. I don't know what I'm supposed to do. e5, put a knight on b3. I'm very unhappy about my position. Even though, objectively, it's probably alright. Equalish. Queen b6 played. I guess it's time. Bishop a3 doesn't hurt me all that much, does it? Nah. Is knight g4 an issue? Whoa, Formless, so aggressive. Could be an issue. Who would have thought? Probably anybody who would have thought about this stuff. But you can't expect me to do that, come on. Oof. Trouble already? I don't like getting into trouble so early. That would be a great pity. Bishop e3 is not really the move one wants to make here. So takes, knight e7, and yeah, that's annoying. Very strange. Maybe not that strange. Alright, what to do? Pretend it's all part of the master plan. Note to self, don't blunder pawns against title players in the first 10 moves with white. Can you do that? Not sure you can. Formless is considering queen f2, which looks fine, frankly. Not sure what I'll do about it. But I'll make a move. He goes knight f2. Not much choice there. Yeah, this is not the position I wanted. Let's focus on the positives. Are there any? It's just bad. Bishop t7 or whatever. I can't even attack this knight. Yeah. Not a great position. Oh boy. Anything constructive I can do? Don't see it. I think it's just horrible, horrible, horrible. Empty gestures like g4. Knight g6. Stop crushing me, Formless. That's not fair. It's kind of fair. So rook g2, knight h3, showing off. How dare you? I'm not even gonna manage to put up a fight. It's very upsetting. I can't see how to even make a mess out of this. Position is just too bad. Now the knight comes to e4, that's why I didn't want to go knight to b3. But, yeah, what can I say? It's a sad, sad situation. Knight bd4, then there's a check on c3, also not very tempting. No, I'm just losing like a beginner. And it annoys me, I'm not gonna lie. Okay, enough whining. Let's fight. But how? Yeah. I guess I gotta try to make it to an endgame. Not the best endgame in the world. Some people would say. One of the worst endgames in the world. But you know, I was not exactly spoiled for choice. Pre-move. Pre-move NVS. Pre-move. Alright. Still much, much worse, unfortunately. Anything constructive I can do? Not really. It's such a bad position. It's a great pity. The problem is I can't really remove my knight from e3. I needed to cover the c4 square. And Formless wants to put his knight on c3. Alright. Forget whatever I just said. This knight has to go to d1. It's a sad, sad situation. Back and forth. Rook a7. All right. No, still don't like my position, in case you were wondering. But I'm also down to 38 seconds. So this is not the time to be cute. This is the time to fight for survival. Should be 6 knight c7. Hanging around. Why do I always blunder rooks? That's one of the shortcomings that I have as a chess player. It's all these rook blunders. Why did I have to do that? It was such a heartbreaking fight, you know? All that grit and tenacity I showed, only to spoil it by blundering a whole rook. Very upsetting to me. Formless, he's fast too. How can he be that fast? Wow, and he flagged me completely effortlessly. I felt like I needed three seconds to make every move. But that was a well-deserved victory for Formless. Even though, I have to say, I am a little heartbroken that after all my, may I say heroic, I think heroic is the correct word. After all my heroic defense in a horrible position, I had to blunder this rook, because it's not that hard to spot knight d5 check. Thing is, I spotted knight c4 check, so my primal fear sense told me, get out the way. But come on, Jan. How hard is that? Rook b4. Anyway, good game, Formless. Pathetic game, Mr. Gustafsson, yet again. Who shall we play next? What about... Oh, some non-premium challenges I can't take. Sorry, guys. Giovanni Martinez. Never played Giovanni Martinez in my whole life. Here's Giovanni. He goes e4. Do I go e5? Nah. Let's go g6. d4. Bishop here. And Giovanni goes knight f3. I'll play d6. I'm used to play c6 and d5 a lot here. But it's not really in the spirit of playing g6, which is, I'm cool being slightly worse, as long as we keep a lot of pieces on the board. This d6, e6 is much more in the spirit. And the hippopotamus. I believe that's what they call it in English. Oh, he doesn't even want to wait around for me to go full hippopotamus. Normally white plays a4, you go b6, bishop b7, knight d7, knight d7, h6. And then you feel very clever because you completed your pattern without thinking for 1 second. And have a look around. But Giovanni Martinez played e5, which frankly is a fairly logical move. Grabbing space in the center. Teasing me. If I want to go d5 when after bishop d3, I'd have a pretty bad structure. So, I do like how Giovanni Martinez has handled this thus far. Yeah, just bishop f4. It's very nice for white. Maybe that's the way to fight the hippopotamus. Just push an early e5. And yeah, the hippo is not a great opening. Fuchsrudel is asking the hippo is actually bad, isn't it? Well, it can't be great, but, you know, it's an opening that either people that don't want to learn real openings like to play. As I mentioned, you feel very clever if you execute your pattern, and it's also sometimes used, in some circumstances not that bad, sometimes it's used to play for a win if the black player is much higher rated and wants to keep as many pieces as possible on the board. But it's hard to believe it's any good. Marco Rivera 1 is telling me, you can play with no premium player, but you must not. Yeah, I won't. But if you want to play, you can go premium Marco Rivera 1, but you must not. I think those are the rules. Nizai is saying, I challenge, but probably better I don't get a game as in poor form. I'm surprised you're watching the show, Nizai, since you've been so outspoken about everything I say making you cry. So I personally would just not watch, honestly. And CPK is saying, stop saying hippo. no, Perpetual Stalemate is saying, stop saying hippo, sorry. CPK will ban you from your own show. Yeah, he came very close to banning me from my own show the other day. Why can't I say hippo? Because of the hip thing? That makes sense. So, because of Ding Liren's very serious hip fracture that he suffered during Norway chess. We can no longer say hip, is that the thing? The doorbell, is that Super Grandmaster Peter Svidler already? Show is at noon, why would he be here already? Hard to believe. As for the position, I guess I'm sort of alright now. I've more or less completed development without too many incidents or accidents. Not quite sure where my pieces should go. Rook A8 is a bit of an empty move. I guess I should get the queen out of the way so this knight can go to B6, which seems like an important thing to do. And I'll try to do just that, while en passant threatening mate on G2. Guillaume Evel is saying, why is this guy Jan gets to play all games? Not fair. I do not disagree. But the good news for you is you can just keep pressing 3 or 1 or 5. You can probably even record yourself doing that and you'll be the star in your own Banter Blitz show. And you get to play all games as well. But I hear your point. And Mr. Dodgy is saying, is that 8-time Russian champion, Super Grandmaster Peter Svidler, King of the Seven Kingdoms, Protector of the Realm, Breaker of Chains, Slayer of Dragons? I think that's how we should introduce Peter. Hmm. 94 played, which is very upsetting because he does not allow me to checkmate him in one move. How can I renew my plan of checkmating Giovanni Martinez? Who, by the way, I should mention, he's playing very, very well, given his rating. I was expecting an easier time in my quest to win a chess game, so I can stop whining about the game I lost last. So knight d5, I'm intending to push my f-pawn and then, go for some trickery on this long diagonal, like knight to f4, not sure. And by the way, Game of Thrones nerds, I'm well aware Daenerys Targaryen is not Slayer of Dragons. I was trying to improvise. Which normally, I shouldn't go off script, because as you probably know, we do have a script for all these Banter Blitzes. But sometimes they're, depending on who the director is on that given day, I'm given the chance to ad-lib a little bit. And normally, I'm not very comfortable with the ad-libbing part. So I tend to tell people, please, get me Sorkin again. I want to read the words out exactly the way they are. This is not Curb Your Enthusiasm. This is Banter Blitz. This is serious business. Don't make me wing it. But sometimes, people say, no, we'll just give you a script. Here are the talking points. NBA Finals, Norway Chess, Peter Svidler, 8-time Russian champion show at noon. Don't care about soccer. Mr. Dodgy in Norway. And then you do with that information whatever you want. Not how I like to work. I got a great position here. Strategically, this looks a bit like this very weird Kayakin-Carlsen, I believe game number 4 of the World Championship match, where surprisingly Carlsen got some knight c4 and Kayakin took it, which not only gave black the 2 bishops, but also a superior structure. And this is what happened here. This is a fantastic position for black. But Kayakin, being Kayakin, managed to somewhat survive this very similar structure they got in that game. Oh yeah, this is great for black, for mainly the reason that I shall flag him very, very soon. But also for reasons of the 2 bishops being unleashed. And I expertly provoked f4 and then went back. So I can do bad things to the h2 square. And Giovanni Martinez lost some time, put up a very good fight. Then, yeah, it got off the rails somewhere around here. But as I mentioned, the clock situation was already serious. Alright, let's play another game. We either have some new premium members, which of course, great news for Chess24 business, or we have some early birds that aren't around for the normal shows, but a lot of challenges by players I've never played before, which of course I'm always happy to see. Which Sicilian do I play? One that I might never have played in my life is the so-called Kalashnikov. I never played it because I don't like playing with static weaknesses, like the one we have on d5 now. But it's not a horrible opening. And if you were a better dynamic player, you could probably make this work. I don't know any theory. What do they do? Knight g7, knight c7, knight f6, transposing to what's called the pelican. This looks funny, but I guess it makes some sense. I want to take, then not have my knight hanging on c6, but put the other knight on the f6 square. Szechuan Beef is saying my active challenge went away. Is that because you deeply hate my stupid face? I'm not sure I've ever seen your stupid face, Szechuan Beef. So no, not at all. I'm not sure what happened there. If in doubt, challenge me actively again. And Sakim Cozy, sorry if I bungled that name, saying, I'm a new premium member, Jan, really enjoying it. Glad to hear that. Alright, knight c7, we're both out of books, master. Even though, did I see maybe some Vallejo Anton game where c4, knight d5, ed5 was played? Vaguely seem to recall something like that. Bishop g5 I've never seen. Looks logical enough as well. I could, I guess, go queen a5 and back, but I don't want to. So h6 maybe? Bishop e7, knight e7. Bishop h4, I'll probably play g5. Knight f7 weakens my king side, but his bishop on g3 would not be the best piece in the universe. So g5 does seem like a move. Queen a5 check also seems like an option, since then there wouldn't be bishop to d2 as an answer anymore. He takes, I'll also take, which, yeah, I guess this exchange is alright for me, because even though I have this weak square on d5, the other knight is a little away from it, and the light squared bishop is not the scariest piece in the universe in this position. c4 makes sense as well. What do I do? I should take. Don't want that knight around. Bishop e6 to protect the rook. Queen c6, bishop d7. Rook still protected. I guess queen back to d5. And then I thought I can give a check, which might be... I don't know how annoying it is, but it might be slightly annoying. Even though queen d2, I'm not sure I'm really better there. Nah, you know what? Let's keep some pieces on the board. I'm trying to figure out if I can go a, b, bishop b5, queen a5, but just queen d2 there. Not great, so rook c8 probably was not the brightest idea I've ever had. Yeah, I've somewhat bungled this. Again, b4 scares me a little bit. There might be some counterplay, like whatever, rook somewhere, which... that somewhere will be a question that probably will come up very, very soon. And then queen a8, but it did bother me. Bishop e2 also sensible, trying to develop some pieces for a change. I have a feeling I should go d5. Maybe queen a8 first. I wish I was better at chess. That's really what all these shows always come down to. if I was a more qualified chess player, I would have fewer doubts about all these decisions. So Dodgy is saying g6 looks strong. Yeah, I've done something wrong. I think rook c8 was certainly wrong. Maybe. Not sure. Probably queen a5 is the way to do this and then exchange queens on d2 and whatever. Equal or maybe slightly better. But I have not handled this position with the diligence it deserved. It's trouble. b4, knight takes b5. Still very much a theme. Wow. Someone outside with a very German accent. Somewhat like yours truly's. Just said, please open the door. I hope it wasn't Peter Svidler trying to fit in. Still in trouble here. Rook c7, what can I do? Queen d8? Not the most active move mankind has ever seen. But sometimes we must compromise in order to keep our bishops alive. You know what? Next game, I'll play better. I'm deeply ashamed by my level of chess. And our friend Chess Hire Cat is saying it might be Lawrence Trent. No, Lawrence Trent, he relocated to Berlin. He's no longer in the city of Hamburg. So I'd be surprised if it was him. But maybe he's stopping by for a surprise visit. Maybe he's upset about something. Because I don't know why I do that. Probably it's because I'm not a good person. But I can never fight the urge to try to make jokes at Lawrence's expense when he's on the air. No, not on the air. When he's joining the chat, which I should be very gracious that he comes to hang out during the Norway Chess Show. Sometimes I say mean things, and then I just feel bad about them. Instantly. Was that credible? What did I do? Stop playing so well, say Master. I want to go d5. I'm not really better there, but maybe it's asking too much of the position to be better. Another question is, am I worse? That'd be upsetting. Can't be ruled out, because yeah, this stuff takes, queen takes and bishop to c4. Normally in these opposite color bishop positions, if f7 becomes a topic, which it could very well become here, then white can be better, and oftentimes is better. So I better be careful. Getting outplayed here by Semasta. Rook c6 sort of won already. Rook c6 followed by rook takes g6 might have ended the game. Right there, right then. I understand. I keep telling myself, Banter Blitz is supposed to be fun. But sometimes I get a little ashamed if I play as badly as I'm playing this game. I'm thinking, you know, Jan, the Grandmasters Club, what are they supposed to think? Don't checkmate me, sir. Queen e7 is a little passive. But I like pawns. Of course, this queen should go to f6, but I didn't want him to take. On b4 with check. Now that b4 is no longer hanging with check, I shall go there. And that's the break I needed. Excellent game by Semasta. And apologies for this final cheapo in time trouble. As mentioned, yeah, he outplayed me for big stretches and I misjudged. Here I guess I'm still okay actually if I play whatever, bishop e6 or whatnot. But I misjudged this position Or maybe I didn't misjudge it, I just went for it anyway. Because yeah, here. Black is worse with this pawn hanging, and after bishop b3, g6, this was the golden ticket to end the game. Right here, right now. Rook c6, followed by rook g6, or queen g6. Alright, thanks for the game, Seemaster, who played excellently. Let us play Szechuan beef. Who, my best guess, his favorite dish is chicken teriyaki, but I could be wrong. You never know. Like, I wish people would give more of a hint sometimes. But people normally are very coy about their favorite dishes. They say, I consider it indecent that you are inquiring about my politics, my sexual preferences, and my favorite Chinese dishes. So please do not ask. As for the position, I've played stuff like this before. Normally white goes e d5 followed by rook e1 and then tries to put pressure on the black center to make it tough for me to conclude the setup I'm dreaming of, which is something like h6, g5, knight to g6 after, yeah, knight d7, knight g6, f5 and checkmate. That was another terrible explanation. He starts with rook e1, which is fine. I guess you could make a case for d5 to d4 here, which I shall play, just to rule out all e takes d5s. Perpetual Stalemate is saying, sometimes we must compromise in order to keep our bishops alive. Sounds like a Catholic church tweet. And wouldn't that be to keep our bishops... Yeah, maybe that too. I was gonna say employed, but no, that's the wrong word. A4, Szechuan beef. Makes a lot of sense there. I'm not sure. I keep saying I'm not sure. Study chess, Jan, then you'll be sure about such things. If you're supposed to go h6, bishop e6 here, or maybe put the pawn on f6 and the bishop on e6. And what I do know is I don't want to be bothered by knight to g5. So that's why I went for this. He goes b3. I should try to bother that knight somehow. If I go a6, white could go a5, but then I could grab the pawn. So I guess I won't mind. a6, bishop a3 is another move when my intention is to play b5. We'll see if that's a great idea, because it also weakens the c5 square. So not that sure actually. Here we go. No, Szechuan beef, you were doing so well. And then, well, I always appreciate getting material for the book, but don't give me the rook. We just opened the A file. There's a bunch of rooks there. Exchange them first. Sorry, Szechuan beef. That was an anticlimactic finish. This is your chance to do it. That's what she said, joke. No, you missed it. Ooh, let's play another toughie. A FIDE master. You guys know that FIDE masters are the bane of my existence. IMs, GMs. Alright, but FIDE masters. How many ratings have I been sponsoring? Rating points have I been handing to the FIDE masters fund of rating? The FOFR over the last couple months. It's been like, yeah, if you're a FIDE master and rated between 2200 and 2300, I'm free rating. That's what it's been like. He's going for this bishop c4, d3 setup, which we've seen a lot of recently. c6 is le move du jour. And yeah, this bishop b4 check is, that's what Fabi did, right? Fabi knows stuff. Wow, Christian Silv, he knows stuff too. He goes for this. I talked about this on the air. As usual, can't really remember the details. I did mention this was an interesting option. This queen takes d2, hinting at queen g5. And I've certainly looked at this one day or another. I believe castles doesn't look critical. It looks like you should take on g7, no? Having played queen g5. Now I'll castle And you could argue that your queen looks a little silly here. He blitzes out d4, but I think you're bluffing, sir. We'll find out. It does look to me like you're bluffing, Christian Sylf. And I'm very hard to bluff because I'm so greedy, and I think everybody's full of it. That's why I normally don't trust bluffs. Which sometimes means I just get crushed. But sometimes it also means I get to take stuff. Did you bluff me, Christian Sylf? Alright, so knight g5, e d6, knight f3, gf, and then there's a bunch of options. I don't have to do this, I can also go, let's say, queen e6 and probably win a pawn. Or queen c7. So there's choices. But knight g5 does look decent. ed, knight f3, gf. Say rook d8, rook e1, knight c5, k7, king f8. Yeah, let's do it, come on. c4. Are you back to your bluffing ways? Actually, I'm not sure I've played this so well. But then again, that's what I do. Not play things so well. So I could take, or I could start with bishop e6, then knight b5. Does that bother me? Not really. So knight b5, a6, and knight c7, just rook ac8. Knight e6, fe looks sort of winning for me. Therefore, he has to do something else. He tries rook fc1, when, once again, we have options. I guess a6 is the simplest way to handle this. And knight e2, rook d6, some compensation, but not a lot. I would like to play d4. But I'm not sure about it. But come on. You only live once. This might have been a terrible idea. I don't trust my instincts at all. They can give me the winningest of positions out of the opening. And I'll bungle it. Like Christian Sylf, he's a bluffer. He just makes moves. He kicks the ball. And then he hopes it lands on the right spot, which is risky because, you know, I might intercept one or two of these passes. Here, rook d1, another of those scenarios. Rook d3, bishop c4. Looks like a bit of trouble. So now he has to improvise again and think about knight c7, stuff like this. Which, you know, how many times can you get away with such stuff? So what do I do now? a6, knight c7, rook c8, bishop c4 looks tempting. So many options. Hopefully rook b7, rook d7 wins. Does it? We'll find out. Stresen is saying, when you are a GM, is it super hard to keep people motivated to play with you? I mean, in real life? What are you talking about? Do you think that I want to play people? No, I'm not sure I get the question. And Christian Sylf resigns. Because the knight is trapped. Yeah, I don't think the execution was particularly good on my part. And you could argue it was fairly terrible. But basically, if you go queen g5, then after knight b7, of course you gotta take the pawn. If not, you just lost a lot of time for nothing. Alright, thanks for the game, Christian Silv. Let's bang out another one. Dirty word? Nah. Let's play against the man whose name I only mildly butchered earlier, Sakem Cozy. I have the white pieces. Where are you from? South Africa. That's far away. Even though I always think it's far away, but it might not be that far actually. How long is a flight? I've never been to South Africa. Let's say Frankfurt, Johannesburg is a flight. Duration. I have a feeling it might not be that long. Yeah, it's like 10 hours. It's like going to, let's say, Thailand. And it's also, that much I know, you guys are at the same, not the same time zone obviously, but you have the same time. You have the same time we do? Is that how you say it? What I'm trying to say, is it 11 a.m. in South Africa now? I believe it is. I'll play the Queen C2 Nimzo, which I normally criticize Mamedyarov for playing, because he then gets this less than exciting draw against the super well prepared super grandmasters. Well, at my slightly fishier level. It's still a problem that people know it so well, but a bit less of a problem. Sake goes h6 directly here. I had this game recently where Eric Brown played DC Queen C4 B6 bishop. Now what did I do? DC Queen C4 B6, knight F3 H6 against me. He starts with H6, which, why is that bad? Might not be bad actually. CD, there's this knight E4 theme. So yeah, can't think of a way to punish it. I'll just play E3. And try to develop some of my pieces. Knight F3 I always have mixed feelings about in these structures, because it's not really fighting for the E4 square. So you can certainly make an argument for plans with F3, bishop D3, knight E2. Just felt a little slow here, so I felt knight F3 was a thing to do. But such is life. Manuel Smile number 10 is asking, what is your rating in the reality life? In real life? I think it's 2640. I haven't checked about the latest exploits, and I won't pretend I don't care. So let's check right now. I honestly do not care at all about online ratings, but real life rating, you know, real ratings matter. So that one I do care about, but I'm not sure what it is exactly. I think 2640. Time to take here. I'm running out of ideas. I'm playing badly today. Top country, Germany. 2641. Yay me. See, I underrated myself by 1 point. German number 2, baby. Wow, everybody else lost rating, so I'm like, I have a cushion towards number 3, Matthias Blübaum. Yay me. So I started my big journey on 2643. Lost 2 rating points over like 15 games. Not the end of the world, but still annoying. Why couldn't I? You know, I was so close to my all-time best, which is 2652. And then it went off the rails during the Thailand Open. And now, you know, I have to wait for a year. Or I don't have to, but I probably will, until I get to play so many games again. And you know, I don't get any younger, even though I know I look younger every day. I don't have anything special in this position. I'm hoping that one day I'll get to play 95 and F3. But in general, black only has decent pieces, so he should be doing alright. I'm not sure if he can go bishop F5. I was hoping that then knight E5 would ask some questions. But maybe even that's possible. Bishop F5, knight E5, bishop to H7. So it's protected. And then f3, knight to d6. Not sure. He goes a5, which, yeah, you can do, but I don't think that should be a priority for black, frankly. Perpetual Stalemate is asking, are you playing the Olympiad, Jan? I don't think so, but I'll be there. Ah, no, rook fc1, that's too terrible. b5 maybe? Not sure what to do. I'm so unsure about like basic strategic decisions all the time. Which, yeah, is a bit of a problem. That's why I'm not playing the Olympiad. Like, all these basic decisions that I just can't take. I will lose on time every game. But no, I can't speak about it yet. But I have exciting stuff to do at the Olympiad. So, rook ac1 played. Saka is playing pretty well, has to be said. a4, also nice move. Like, not allowing me to coordinate my pieces and especially getting the bishop out after a4 and bishop a3. Which means I'm gonna have to find a different way into the game for this bishop, hopefully. Like f3, bishop c3, bishop b4. Yeah, let's get to this. Bishop d7, but now this looks like drifting a little bit. Now bishop b4 looks very unpleasant because I'm targeting c7, I'm pinning, so you can't take. Bishop e8 is a good move under the circumstances, but it feels like I've achieved something. The question is how to proceed. I don't know. Bishop e8 sort of keeps things together. That's a pity. I guess do nothing. See what happens. Same old, same old. Stresen is asking, Jan, how much chess do you play these days? Yeah, I just played most of it. I always play league games and German Cup games for Baden-Baden, so that's typically like 14 games a year maybe. Somewhere in that neighborhood. And then I play Thailand Open, so that's 9 more. So that's, yeah, like 23 games a year. That's about it. I wouldn't mind having another tournament. Or two, but it needs to be something that I do like. And Thailand Open is the one tournament that I love and I play every year. So if I find another one, I'd be happy about it. But yeah, I haven't found the one place. The one other place to go. I think we need another Thai tournament. So, knight d7 played here. I could take on d6 and then on d7 and somewhat try to stabilize my extra pawn. Could also go f4, but that's a bit ugly. Can I go for, I don't know, cheapos? I shouldn't lose on time, so I'll do something instead. My big cheapo plan was queen b4, but it's sort of nonsense after 95d, rook e5. So, you know. I'll bungle another position. Really not playing well. Barely hanging in there. Don't check me, sir. Thank you. Oh, also don't flag me, sir. Wow. Great game by Sake. Another terrible game by me, which I did win on time. I'm not sure if my winning chances here exceed Black's drawing chances. Probably not, actually, after King e7. So yeah, he played well. I played meh. But thanks for the game. What time is it? 11:22. Yeah, we still got a moment. Svidler's show is at noon. I start a little late, so I'll play a couple more games. And you know what? Let's play another toughie. I need to find a way to make myself play better. How hard can it be? Knecht Ruprecht. Wow, he has our prized, my most prized possession. And what we gave away as a prize, as a profile picture. Beautiful Knecht Ruprecht. Goes knight f3. Good old Slav. Now, to honor Wesley, so I was gonna snap that pawn off on d5 after knight f6. But I won't get the chance. Knecht Ruprecht is going for some goofy line. This is probably bad, no? Or I've seen this line played, bishop b4 check, takes an a5, but it strikes me as suspect. Is this what people do? I wish I knew theory, which as usual I don't. This is becoming a bit of a theme. Clearly, Ruprecht knows what he's doing. I still don't trust this line. I'm pretty sure computers will be harsh about the assessment of this stuff. But I'm also pretty sure that what I did is not the most critical way to handle this. Actually, I had this line once, I think, in a game against Igor Henkin, where I blundered an early knight d5, knight to c3. And as you can see, I never effing learn. It's really, really upsetting. You know what? I'll give you the exchange. Not sure if it's a blunder, but I do recall that very moment in the game where I thought, ugh, he's gonna put a knight here and it's gonna annoy me. And here we are again. That wasn't the most dramatic of games. I think it was the last round of some rapid tournament where I needed a draw in order to win the tournament. I did manage to make that draw, but I vividly recall that moment where I thought, ugh, he's gonna go knight d5. And Dejavu, here's that moment again. So what do I do? Knight e4, knight e5. I'm playing so cluelessly today, it's annoying me, but I don't think I'll be able to flip that squid. Flip that switch. Focus, focus, focus. Horsey. I will take the knight, just so you know. He probably does know that. I'm very upset at myself at this point, which is not a good place to be normally. Why does everyone just make me look like a complete putzer? Probably because I'm playing like a complete putzer. Alright, so rook ab8, I want to take on d5, et, and play queen a4. That position might be fine for black. The knight on c6 is very strong, so I guess is actually just okay for black. But I can't think of anything better. So we'll go there and see what happens. For knight d5 ed, maybe I don't have to put the queen on a4. I could put it on d3. Try to, I don't know, put the rook on a4. Not sure if that's better or worse. You know what? I'll try. right here. I have no choice but to play this endgame. I'm not sure if it's better for me. But yeah, there is no real other choice. So, shall I hurry with f3, e4? Probably not. We'll both bring the king. And then start probing. I guess it's not really better for white. Not a lot of plans available, except for pushing e4. And that's not really winning as long as you can take twice. Then, yeah, control the d5 square somehow. Doesn't seem to give me much of an edge. But as mentioned, don't really see a lot of other plans, so might as well do it now. Well, especially after king d7. The black pieces might be somewhat uncoordinated. And my king now gets a nice square on c4. So this has actually been progress, believe it or not. For rook e8, I can probably push e5. If it takes, I could start with king c4, but I guess that doesn't run away. Well, now d5 is also becoming a topic of conversation. And yeah, let's do it, no? I want to take that pawn, but I very much do not want to give any of my prized own pawns, so yeah. Things have gone well here against Knecht Ruprecht over the last couple moves. And Knecht Ruprecht resigns here. This position has gone off the rails. Note to self, look at this line for once. I know this is a bad line, but that's not an excuse to never study it. Maybe instead of c5, knight e5 is the way to go. Because it often happens where I just think, come on, this line is nonsense, I know it's +1 for white. No reason to look at it. Then people play it against me and I get nothing. Because I'm not that smart. So, good game, Knecht Ruprecht. Yeah, yay me that I managed to win one. Perpetual stalemate is bringing up a valid point. Now that Mr. Dodgy is gone for a few days and Pramod's married, will the last 3 rounds of Norway still be covered? Not only do we have these 2 impediments, we also have Magnus Carlsen resting in the next round. So there's no Pramod, no Dodgy, no Magnus in that order of significance for our show. We'll still do it, but our hearts won't be in it. So watch at your own risk. I would recommend watching anyway, of course. It's gonna be educational, hilarious. What else do you want? Svidler's gonna be here. All the good stuff. Alright, give me some fresh meat. Not a bad TV show, by the way. What about Burn 66? Thomas Nordberg is pointing out, and no ding. Yeah, we've already grown accustomed to get well soon ding, like this hip fracture. That did sound like serious business. And as someone who once fell off his bike and broke his arm, I know that's sort of annoying. You think you're enjoying the fresh air, and boom, next thing, down with an injury. Let's play d5, which I consider to be the best move. I normally don't do it because it makes black players happy. They can blitz out their Benko or their Benoni or whatever. While after knight f3, they're normally out of book quite soon and unhappy and miserable. But objectively, I do believe that d5 grabbing space is the way to go. Objectively, I also believe that grabbing this pawn is the way to go. But once again, the problem is it makes Burn 66 happy. Now he can blitz out his queen a5 stuff that he learned, and he won't be as miserable as he would be had I played 3 knight f3. You know, hard knock life. How does this go? I can never remember a thing. It's really, I'm not being facetious about it, because I'm aware I'm supposed to be a theoretician. But nowadays it's more, I'm able to prepare well quickly, but to recall anything, It's borderline impossible these days. And that's the problem. Like, Burn is 1812. I'm very high rated. But if you allow them to play lines that they've studied in, I don't know. And by they, I mean anybody really. If you allow people to play their pet lines, you can't exploit it even if you had an edge in playing strength, which, especially the way I'm playing today, I'm not sure about at all. But that's why, more often than not, I prefer taking people along dark back alleys, like knight f3, where I feel like at least, I might get them out of book before they get me out of book. While here in the Banco, it's so easy to play all the moves you want to play. Well, frankly, I'm fairly clueless as what white should do. Long story short, I've never studied the Banco properly from the white side, or the black side, or as an independent party. Takes and queen a6, it's very hard to make a mistake. Even though you're pawn down. Spills is asking, Jan ever had chess-related injury? Perpetual Stanley is wondering, is a hangover in Bangkok considered injury? I think that's not considered an injury. And not to be a stickler about it, but I think it was hangover 2 that was in Bangkok. Knight b6, can I finally win somehow? I feel I deserve to win because I've done a lot of whining already. So whining is very close to winning. Like, what's the difference? 1 letter? 2 letters? Can't be a lot of letters. So give me that point already, burn 66. Because if you don't, I will notice. It will be burn notice. That's why you're watching the show for. Sad attempts at wordplay and references to US TV shows that no one's seen. This is hanging. See? Can't fool me. I guess I better cover it. This is a model game for how to play the Banco with black. And a sad performance for white. I'm not sure. Maybe I'm doing okay. But still. This Grandmaster license is in jeopardy. Do I have a diploma? I'm not sure I have any diploma. To prove? I don't think I've ever sent my passport to Chess24. So they just believed me. I'm a fraud. Kishan Patni is saying, what's more important to you, Jan? Germany winning the World Cup or you keeping your rating over 3,000? I've said this many times. People don't seem to believe me. But I honestly do not understand at all why you would care about your online rating. And while I do care about my real life rating, I absolutely do not care about my Chess24 rating. Which, yeah, also the fact that it is, wherever it is, 3126 goes to show you the significance of online ratings. I'm not a 3126 player. So I don't care at all about that. And yeah, while I'm not a football guy, I guess I'd be happy if Germany won the World Cup. So yeah, let's take that. And Burn 66 played a good game. But then the rook fell. I didn't resign. I thought he resigned, but he didn't. He played knight back to c8. Does want to provide me with some book material, which is only fair. But that sort of proves my point, the Banco. You can make all these standard moves for many time. And until we're out of book, and we can even think about provoking rook blunders, takes forever. Thanks for the game. Burn 66. What time is it? It's time. One more game, then I should vacate the studio for 8-time Russian champion, Super Grandmaster, Defender of the Realm, Lord of the Seven Kingdoms, Slayer of Dragons, Nerd of Hearthstones. What other titles are there? Peter Svidler. Looking for someone I've never played before, as I do. But I might not find that special someone. But if I don't find that special someone, maybe I'll find that special Sanjan. Here we go. Mr. Sunjun or Sanjan. Fun with Sanjan. He goes b3. How dare you? A lot of b3s played by Hikaru recently. I think Hikaru probably is the premier b3 player among the world elite. Not a horrible move. The bishop b5. Shankland played e4. I'm more faithful to the old mainline bishop to d6. Even though I'm sure they're both reasonable choices. And I certainly will not question Sam Shankland after all he's done recently. I'm out of book already. Can I take on h2? That's all I really want to do. I can't do it yet. Because I need the bishop for my knight g4 check shenanigans. Double attack, but he can unfortunately still parry it by going knight to c3. I'll argue that this still went well for me, and knight g4 is looming, d4 is an idea, blah blah blah. Bishop e2 stops me from going knight g4, so I'll go for plan B, which really is plan d4. Bishop c4. Allez. Not a very wise pre-move if he decides to go back to e2. So I had to wait a little bit. Can I take? h5, knight h5. No, it's not that winning, is it? Well, you know. Play it nice and slow. Knight b5, fair enough. I could take here, which should give me an edge. But I also like, you know, keeping stuff on the board for now. Knight a7 seems risky after, let's say, queen c5. Queen a5. Well, I'll find some way to pick up that knight. So probably he has to go c4, knight back to c3. And then I can just put my knight on f4 and expect good things to happen. I like to get in one combination or trick today. Is this it? Not sure if this is a valid use of the word combination or trick. But you know, I feel like I owe you guys one tactic per show that kind of works. So I hope this is it. If not, I won't be particularly surprised. But look at me. I gave a rook and now threatening a check. It's one of these banter shows where I'm genuinely upset about my level of play. Almost upset enough to make me, you know, either look at chess or maybe pay attention while Peter Svidler is explaining stuff. Because I feel like I have to be better. Might happen. And Sanjan, He's recognizing he stumbled into my devious trick, f3 knight h3 or g3 knight h3, so he has to give the queen. Either way. And the going got even tougher. Run! Go away! That's how all chess commentary should be. Run! Go away! Draw! Just yell out words, you know. This need to have to yell out full sentences while doing chess commentary has always been a big impediment for me. Mate! Mate! Gimme! Queen! H! Check! 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 Mate! Yay! Thanks for the game, Sanjan. That brings us to the end of today's show, but not to the end of today's programming, because right here, right now, all you have to do, or all you have time to do, is go grab yourself a little coffee, maybe, I don't know, some Szechuan beef. But in 15 minutes, Peter Svidler, the one, the only, except for the other Peter Svidler, will start his show. I'm heartbroken that Mr. Dodgy apparently is no longer in Oslo airport on the airport Wi-Fi watching. So that brings us to the end of today's show. Stick around for Peter, as if I had to tell you that. See you guys next time. Bye.